Hey guys, long time no see. November 2nd is coming up here soon, and we've got some people to vote on for school board and some other things coming on the ballot for November 2nd. And number one, usually I try to stay out of politics and those kind of things as much as possible because it's just not my thing. There's lots of other things I enjoy talking about or doing. But this time around, there's something I do want to throw my 2 cents in about. One of the candidates running for school board had a pretty big influence on me growing up. Mr. Keck, or Bill Keck, as you've seen signs around town, was quite influential in my life and a lot of other lives of students in his, I believe, 35-year career here in our community. And he, I can remember lots of lessons, one of the most influential teachers I've ever had. And just a real stable individual that had a lot to contribute to, like I said, myself and others. So when I saw that he was running and knowing his character and his work ethic and his passion and respect for the community and being a part of it, I had to offer my services to help get his name out there, and he's definitely somebody I'd like to put my name behind. Like I said, usually this isn't something I like to get into. I haven't done a ton of research on everybody else, but I know for sure that Mr. Keck will do a great job. Bill Keck, now that I'm an adult, I guess, will do a great job for this community and the school district. Politics aside, or whatever you want to call them that's going on these days, when you know the character of a man and the passion behind his participation in the lives of those around him, it's hard to argue against that, in my opinion. So anyway, I just wanted to introduce him to you guys and just give you my 2 cents and hopefully not enter the political arena. So keep your comments to yourself. Get out there and vote November 2nd or before, and hope to see you around. Here's Mr. Keck.
Yeah, hi, my name's Bill Keck. I'm running for Marysville School Board here in November 2nd, and you may have seen my signs up, and I thought maybe a video talking about some of the questions that I've had presented to me on the campaign trail. Question number 1 is, why do I want to be on the school board? And the reason for that is I had 33 wonderful years at Marysville, 35 total teaching, and retired from Marysville. And I just wanted to give something back. I had 3 of my own students, my own kids, go through Marysville High School and also Marysville FFA, and it made a huge difference on their life, and they're very successful today because of it. I've had a lot of learning experiences as a teacher, probably more than my students had. They taught me more than I taught them, I guarantee you that. And I would just like to be a stable platform going forward. I come from an education background, not that you have to have any of that to be on school board, but my father was a teacher and a principal and a superintendent. My mother was a teacher and a principal. My grandfather was a teacher who, by the way, started at Marysville years ago and completed his 40-year career at Bell Fountain. So my entire life, I've been around people who are constantly talking education, and I think maybe a little bit of it has rubbed off, and I might have a few things to offer that a person who hasn't had that experience might not. So I thought, well, here I am, retired, and I've got a little bit of time to give back to the school. I want to dedicate that time to helping Marysville schools any way I can. Next question that I get all the time is, what about growth of our community? And Marysville is touted as being a small community, but it's growing in leaps and bounds. And in my 33 years, I've seen 3 huge, this would be the 3rd one, go around of a huge increase in numbers of houses and numbers of students. And there's no stopping that. We just need to get ready for it. And the problem is we're looking at probably a new elementary school in a very short period of time. And with that comes staffing, and with that comes increased cost, tremendous increased cost. And we got to figure out a way to pay for that cost. Traditionally, that's been through property tax, and that really hits farmers very, very hard. And I don't know of a group of people more passionate about teaching students and funding that teaching than farmers, and that's a great thing because they're picking up the tab on that. And I think it's certainly something we're going to have to look into. So we're probably looking at an income tax proposition in the future. I do not know because I'm not on the board, but my gut feeling is that we're going to have to come up with some increased funding for that. We have another issue that I keep getting hit with, and that's the issue of masking. And I hate masking, but if masking keeps our students in school, in the classroom, that's far better than not masking our students. And I realize the political ramifications of all that at this point in time, but the bottom line is the real answer is keeping our kids in the classroom. Distance learning does work for some, but for the majority of students it doesn't. So I want to keep them there. Then critical race theory is another question that I keep getting hit with, and it's a national sticking point right now, critical race theory. And I don't believe that it's being actively taught in the Marysville School District. It may be possible that some teachers would do that on their own, but I don't think the current school board nor any of us who get elected would vote for critical race theory. Now, I can't talk for them, but I would not vote for critical race theory. I propose a little different thing, and that is that we have a critical thinking theory that we teach in schools and teach kids to critically think about all the issues themselves and not just buying into whatever is being taught or presented. So I wish we were working on that end of things. One of the other questions is what is my agenda? And I don't have an agenda on the school board, but I can tell you that I'm passionate about class sizes being small. And I realize that raises the income needed by the school to fund these things. And but I also realize that when class sizes hit numbers that are over about 22, the education level in that classroom goes way, way down. And there's some things you can do that maybe bring it back up a little bit, having aides in the classroom and parents in the classroom and things like that. But there's an awful lot that goes on in the classroom besides teaching the subject matter. And teachers have to have that time available to spend one-on-one with kids, and that cannot happen in classrooms that are over 22. Yeah, here I am in one of my more comfortable settings, a place I love to be and strive to be when I was a kid, driving a tractor on a farm. And unfortunately, this tractor was built the same time I was a kid, so about 50 years ago. In any case, what we have in this country right now is a tremendous shortage of labor, skilled labor, and we're going to need to address that as hard as we've addressed college education in this country. We need to be addressing skilled labor shortage in this country. So we need students who are trained to drive things like this when they come out of high school. And schools are not going to be able to afford the equipment and the variety of equipment to train these students. And so that's why we're going to have to be leaning toward internship programs that the STEM school and high school have going on at this current time. But we're going to have to expand that considerably, which may also ease our problem of classroom space in the future after these elementary kids get through and need a classroom to be in. I'm not trying to dissuade students from going to college. I just think that the same income could be earned with skilled labor, and it's not the labor that it was 50 years ago, dirty sweatshop factory. It's usually pretty clean operation. Okay, here I am at home in my farm shop. One of the places I like to spend my winter is in here repairing farm machinery and so forth. But as I think about that, I think about the need for skilled labor in our country. And right now we're at a tremendous shortage and disadvantage. We don't have that skilled labor. and it's getting worse because there just isn't anybody out there. So as we think about schools, we're going to have to think about having programs set up so that kids can go to work, like internships in these trades, so that they can learn a skill. And today, when we get a diploma, it shouldn't just be a diploma and getting you ready for college. It should also be a diploma where you come out and you have a skill. You can make $1 doing something other than working at a convenience mart. We need skilled labor, I can't say that enough, and we need to push students that direction as much as we push students to go to four-year college. Not that four-year college should be lessened in any degree, it's just that we should be increasing these internships. So on that note, I'll get back to welding. I look forward to serving you on the school board, give something back to the community that has given me so much and my family so much. With that note, I hope you vote November 2nd. Got to get back to work. Thank you.